Did you know if you have an Aries sun, that's a double shot of fire element that this native is going to feel. Aries Jupiter, Aries Mars, further, stronger flippant shots, flat white with like 6 base levels of espresso. Hardly any almond milk in that flippin' cup of coffee. So this alone, especially where the male planets are concerned, Sun, Mars, Saturn, if you have Aries in these placements, then you know the balance of fight as opposed to peace, yet you are such a sensitive sign, but like the theme of fighting, especially where physical is concerned, argumentative is concerned, emotional and physical, either the Aries will have seen this in their family, been on the receiving end of this in their family, and those who are very strong doses of Aries, 9 times out of 10, you are either born amongst your siblings, the eldest, or even if you were number 3 out of the 4 and you're the second youngest or the youngest, you will still kind of develop and hold an energy as if you're the eldest. That time you're the last born. But fight, physical or emotional, confrontational, it's as if it is sugar to a diabetic for you guys. Fighting and that fire, where there's fire, you will find that Aries will lean itself into that. And this is more determinism as opposed to the karma needing to be achieved in that placement. Because that's why you have that placement. It's not there for fun. It's the karma with Aries is, can you take a breath before action? Which is the hardest thing for an Aries to do. Because action is tempting. To confront is tempting. And where the masculine is, it's like you can't help but throw your own 2 cents, your own flame into the fire. And I won't say it's a bad thing more than I think you want to sit back and have the awareness of, are you acting out of choice or is this deterministic? Go read the book by Robert Sapolsky called Determinism, Aries. You must like being clever and listening to books. Go read that book and tell me, at an astrological level, when you have placements of Aries, Mars in your Sun, in your Mars, in your Saturn, it's nearly as if your soul is very aware that fight will be a theme in and amongst you, whether you saw it, whether you're the recipient of it. But in equal balance, you are Aries, so you're a very sensitive sign as well. So it doesn't just mean that you see it, you do it, you engage in it. You engaged in it and you were exposed to it for a reason, and that's to alchemize it. And where you alchemize it is the very place where if you don't clean your kitchen, you're going to find it hard to make food, which is your stomach. That's the point of breath, the moment before action. To ground in your stomach energetically, emotionally, especially if your kitchen, your stomach is well looked after, it will be easy. You can make a quick meal in a clean kitchen. But in a kitchen where there is dirt, energetic repositories of things that hasn't been sorted out, and especially where the father is concerned, because Aries and the fire element, which is the dad, that's a very important stability. If dad provided safety, then the exaggeration in action, physical altercations, verbal altercations will be measured. You'd know balance. But if there's an imbalance with dad in whatever form or disconnect, then you can nearly predict that the Aries, who's maybe the eldest or feels like the eldest and has 3 placement in, their planets, they're gonna lean towards the fire, that spark. But the soul is meant to evolve from that, which is why the action, if I was working with you as a student, Aries, I'd say, go, we're not going to do anything hectic with your life. I just want you to do one subtle thing. Before you feel the need to act, shout, honk the horn, engage in, something that's tempting you to physically hit someone, fight someone, argue with someone, come to your breath in your stomach, but in your stomach, ground, and feel first. But before we even have that action, I would have to first clean your kitchen. So that means, like an Aries that is up there with that kind of behavior lends itself to sugar, lends itself to salt, one of those two in their diet. Coffee, synonymous with this individual in their diet. Energy drinks. And it's funny, all those things are very unhealthy for your stomach. It's not great. And that's why I say, you won't last with me and my program. I'm telling you now, don't sign up. Because I focus 6 weeks on a raw, no attention. Don't give attention to the senses of the stomach. Don't give in to provocation. Fast, but fast like in the levels, the spectrum of fasting. So not just the food, that's easy. Fast from taking it personal. Literally, nothing is about you. There's a greater theme, but if you're too tentative in the stomach, too ready for something, then a self-fulfilling prophecy plays out with the Aries, which is why you guys have that internal why me, why me? Why did I have to go through this? And I like that in Aries because it shows that there's a sensitivity in you when you, in your own feelings, talk to God outside of the rebellious nature that you probably were provoked into when it comes to religion. Some of you are born in a certain household and you already went, I'm gonna choose my own way. But that in itself provokes a personal connection to God, a sensitivity that you can feel. And when you're asking things like, why me? Why did I have to go through this? Why do I have to go through these patterns? I'll say that is evidence that there's more. But there's action in a different way, and not in the way that is just easy to engage in when it comes to physical, argumentative. That stuff is easy. What is truly hard is to see the bigger picture in something that is provoking you at the physical level. To transcend into seeing the big picture intuitively, energetically, is a powerful, but it's a long, steep road to get there. And your stomach suffers because it plays against the determinism of what an Aries Mars, Aries Sun, Aries Saturn, and let's say you have 5 placements in Aries. That's tough. But I'll say you are given that tough task for a reason. You were exposed to all of that hectic, overwhelming stuff in your stomach where physical fighting, arguments is concerned. You were exposed to it for a reason. And there's something in this universe that believes in you, that believes you can, work through this. But my subtle 2 cents as just a random guy on TikTok that reads people and energy, take a breath before action. But that breath must literally be grounded in your stomach and just disconnect from the body and then come back. But don't act as soon as something provokes you to act. You're not that weak. You are stronger than you realize. You just have to prove it to yourself.